What's up guys, this is Foden here. Now this is going to be a better tutorial than the last one. This is going to be the grass tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it on just like a cube sort of section plate, just to show you how to create the grass itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to import the cube, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to size that to where I want it. So I want the X and Z axis to be 1000 and then the Y to 20. That way we've got ourselves like a nice little plane that we can have our grass on. Then what you want to do is we want to create a lot of segments in it. So we'll add 50 segments onto the X and Y, but keep the Y segment Y to 1. So that just looks like a lot of little cubes. The reason for that is because it'll be a lot easier for the hair. I think each of these points has a hair to it. I'm not sure which it will be a grass root. I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyway, so now we've got this all set up. We want to go to we want to create a material, which is grassy looking. So I'm going to make this one by hand. I'm going to go to the color. I'm going to go to texture, and I'm going to add a noise. Click on the noise and make the top black color a dark brownish. So out there, and then the white color a light brownish. Maybe a bit darker actually, because we want to make it like soil type. If you understand what I mean. And then I don't know. That looks pretty shite. What else could I do? Maybe add another. No, you can't add another noise. What was I gonna do now? Can't really remember. But anyway, see what that's like. So that's like a basic soil texture. You can. What the fuck? I made my own, but I'm gonna now go into the preset and just get a preset one out, just so it looks better, because I totally forgot how to make soil myself. So I'm not going to waste time trying to figure it out in a tutorial, so I'm just going to get one that looks fine. So go up to the load material preset, visualize materials, nature, and I'll go to earth, like I did in the last tutorial, and I'll plonk that on here. Then we will go and click onto the material itself and click seamless. And I think that's alright for this bit. And by the way, if you have R13 Studio, you should have these as well. If not, then I'm not sure about these preset materials, unfortunately. So now we've got this, we've got our sort of base set up. We want to go to the top view, select our cube, zoom out a bit, and what we basically, we want to turn the model editable. So click that button, or click C on the keyboard, C for cat, I don't know. And then what we want to do is we want to select our face tool, and then we want to click and hold and go to rectangle selection. Make sure only select visible elements is on, checked, and just select all of it. And what that does is that just selects the whole top layer. That's where we want our grass to be. So now we've got that selected, we want to go to simulate, hair objects, and add hair. And this will be our grass. Obviously it'll look a lot better than this, but we want to go to guides, the guides tab, and we want to change the length to about 20, I'd say. But you can pretty much adjust this to whatever you want your. Actually, I'll go 30, just make it a bit longer. Whatever you want your grass to be like, the length-wise. Then you go to hairs and add the count up to 50,000. That'll make it nice and realistic. Obviously, the higher you go, will mean it'll be a lot better, but the render time will be a hell of a lot longer. So, and then we go to dynamics, because as you can see here, if you play, they will just drop down, but we don't want that to happen. What we want to do is we want to go to rest hold to about 60%, so that way they're still up, but they're a bit wavy, which is kind of what grass is like. They're not. It's not static. It does move. So we'll put it to 60, and I think that should be all right. And then what we do is we go down to the hair material and we start editing this. So we go to the color and double click on this one, turn to the green, okay, this and green, and that already gives you your dark and light, which is helpful. We want to go to, well, we'll do specular in a minute actually, because I'll show you why. We want to select length, frizz, kink and clump on. Frizz we can turn down to about 25%. Maybe same with kink. And the length, I don't know about the length actually. We'll go to a length of 80%. And as you can see here on the actual material, it's got little white bits on it. And that's the specular. Now you can have that off if you want, but if you want to make it sort of realistic, I'd have it switched on, but I'd bring the strength down to about 20% and the sharpness to about 30%. So if you see this picture here, if I turn it off, you can see it's just dark. But having this sort of creates a light to it, so like a little bit of a reflection type. That's why you don't want it too much, but then you don't want it too little as well. And that should be alright as far as I know. Oh, another thing. If we go onto the earth, what do you call it, material, and go to displacement, go to the texture and go to noise, and then just click off. And then I think that's pretty much it for the that is it for the material. So now what we'll do is we'll render it and we'll see what we got. And now it's here preparing hair. There we go. So that's what we've got. Now that's too whitish for me. So I'm going to go back into the specular and I'm going to bring that down. So maybe bring it down to 10 and 15%. And just have a little play around to see what best fit you're seeing. So now we're going to see what this one looks like. Oh, it's a bit better. A bit better. Don't know what the secondary is, but I'll have that down to 0. I'll bring the strength down a bit more. See how that goes. There we are. That's a little bit better. Now I like that. If I zoom in a bit and render it, might take a little bit longer, but we'll see what it's like. Alright, so I like that. That looks nice. Nice little grass there. But there's no shadows in it. And the shadows will make this look really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a light, as I usually do. I like putting my light into scenes. I cannot have a scene without light in. No way. And then we'll just, I don't know, make it a shadow. And what I'll do is I'll keep this one white. Maybe make another one, put it up this way a bit. Maybe a bit further down. And I'm going to turn this a sort of light bluey colour, but ever so slightly. And do another one and make it orange. With the same sort of tinty light colour. And I'll move this to over here and that one to over here. And the reason I put blue and orange and white in is because blue's sort of like the sky and orange is like the sun and white is just, I don't know what white is, but it goes well. Blue, orange and white are good colours to use for lighting. Don't know why, they just make it look nice. So now if I render this, hopefully this looks alright, because if not, then I look a bit stupid then. Where are the shadows? If I zoom in a bit, it could be that I just can't see them. So if I zoom in here and render, it might be that I need to turn the shadow intensity up. But oh, I know why. There are shadows there, but because there's 3 lights, it's sort of outweighing the shadows. It's just like putting, like, you know, like I don't know how, a photo shoot. They stand up in like with a white background, and they got bigger ass lights on them, and you can't even see a shadow behind because there's too many lights overpowering it. That's basically what it's like. So if we go to our shadow and put that to 200, if you didn't know what I've just done there, I just selected all the lights, went to the shadow tab, and I click the density and I put that to 200, and that's basically doubled the intensity of the shadows. So that should now overpower the light. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? It's a bit weird in a way, but let's have a look, shall we? We're just going to go to specular. Yeah, fuck that. Bring that right down. And now if I bring that back here, it should look a bit better. If not, then, well, I'm buggered then, aren't I? But the last time I done it, it was fine. See, that's a little bit better now. You can see little shadows within the within the grass. And obviously, if you run through this, then the grass will move slightly. Now, I think you can add wind. I don't know whether there's actually an effect you can actually use in order to create wind, unless you just have to do it in the hair. I am not actually forces. You've got gravity. I don't know actually about wind in that in Cinema 4D. I haven't actually come across it. I remember something about wind, but I just cannot remember where I found it. So, oh well, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to leave that one. That's got me curious now. I'm pretty wind. There is it. I thought there was something. Now I don't know how to use this, but I'll try. I might try and work it out and post a tutorial, if I ever find out how to do it. So yeah, guys, that's how I would make grass. I haven't actually used it in a video yet, but hopefully I will create a nice little scene out of it. It's probably more likely to be like a cartoon scene for this type of grass that I've made in this video. But still, I actually want to make a nice cartoon type animation, like Toy Story or something. You know, that'd be awesome. Or Despicable Me. I'd fucking love to make something like that. So yeah, please like and comment, subscribe, share the video around, do the usual stuff that I usually ask for, and there will be another video in a few days' time. And that's me going out. Peace.